Hello and welcome to Ufundi na Ajira, your channel for all things fundis and all things work. This month we have been working a lot with the Juakali sector, and I hope umekuwa ukienjoy zile stories zote tumekuwa tukileta. So as part of our objective here is to connect those who have got some good attitude, some talent, some interest to the industry. And so we took our time to go to the leadership of the Kamukunji Juakali office, and we found their leaders, and we began to try and ask them whether they could connect some of our young men to the industry. Come with me and see, for example, we ask about how does one land, mtu anaingiangaje Juakali. So we begin by asking one of their officials about how would one join the Juakali sector if they are interested. Here is their response.
My name is Dawa.
Yes.
I'm a member of Kamukunji Juakali Association. Have served this sector from various positions as a trainee, as a member, and also as an officer. Initially, we used to inherit or bring people from our background. So somebody could come through a relative. And that relative train him or her until he or she gains the proper skills that can enable me to work independently. Okay. That's how we used to get people. Yes. Nowadays we have institutions that sometimes the government brings young people to be trained. What we normally do, we take somebody through on the job training system, and then you are introduced to the work practically from the word go until you become perfect.
And you become perfect.
The person who is being trained for the first time, I cannot say this is the amount that somebody has to pay. But it depends on the negotiation between the trainee and the trainer.
So there you have had it. Juakali qualification tu ni mtu aweza kukua akona attitude mzuri na atapata kazi. So I continue to have a discussion with him and I ask him, so do we partner? Kuna vile Juakali sector as an organization, is there a place where they partner with our training institutions? I mean to say, we have got institutions like the Jomo Kenyatta University, the Nairobi University, Technical University, TVET institutions. Do they partner? Kuna link between the Juakali sector na hao? Hebu sikiza vile anasema.
We are really interested, but the institution do not have a mechanism. They don't have a system to adapt what we want them to do.
Yes.
I was introduced to University of Nairobi, Department of IDS, and I used to urge her class students to come to Juakali so that they can advance.
Yes.
Nobody was willing to come to Juakali.
Nobody was willing to come to Juakali.
So they see Juakali as an institution where the unfortunate can only go.
The failures.
That
already shows us that perhaps we need more coalition, more interaction between our institutions and the informal sector, because this is where the job actually is. And this is my call to all institutions that are watching. We will continue to have this conversation, that there's got to be some good relationship between the person who is teaching and where these skills practically apply.
Thinking is that the curriculum, Kenyan curriculum, need to be changed, so that people may not just think of being employed after school.
True.
Again, they must understand the reason as to why the government started Juakali or informal sector. It was to jumpstart industrial process.
Exactly. So there you have it. He speaks about our curriculum. At that point of connecting our institutions and the Juakali sector, our curriculum, very important. We have to investigate it. We can't be teaching in class things that are maybe not relevant. Are our institutions providing things that when somebody walks out of the school gate, mtu akisha graduate hivi, is he able to begin, anaweza pata ajira immediately? Anaweza anza kitu yoyote immediately? Na atakuwa benchmark aje na mwenye ako tu kwa informal sector. So this is a call to all the institutions that we will keep pursuing and investigating how well are we benchmarking our curriculum, ile vitu tunafunza na yale maneno yenye ni practical na connection. Otherwise then we will forever be talking about joblessness. I continue to ask Mr. Dawa concerning how zile kazi zinafanywa kwa hii industry, how do they compare with jobs that are done maybe from import. Just listen to what he says about how what we do here at the Juakali sector compares to what is out there. How do these things compete? Listen to him.
It is the quality and the machineries. So the kind of quality we offer cannot match that of China. It is because of the kind of machines and the equipments they are applying. We normally use manual labor to produce our goods. So such kind of technology cannot be in a competitive form to that of China. So we must change the way we use our technology so that we can compete with the Chinese, the Singapore, the Malaysians.
Bado sijamuacha. I ask him, so how then if I wanted somebody to come and work here, from your experience, unaonaje ule mtu mwenye ako trained na mwenye ako untrained? Hebu sikiza vile anasema.
Those who come from those have said coming through their relatives.
Yes.
They are the first people to pick up very easily.
Yes.
And to train them is very easy. Unlike those who are coming from other institutions, because most of those people, they depend on notes, and drawing is not bad, but sometimes you find them that they cannot copy what is there in the notes and apply it practically. So the two people, if you look at them, this person picks up very well and quickly.
The one who came from home without any background.
Any background. To get a space,
yes,
it's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
The problem is the person to train. Mostly those who are not educated.
Very true.
Somebody, even if he does not know how to write his name,
that's okay.
As a graduate chap.
Yes.
A Form 4 who is determined.
Very well.
Because in that area, if you go to Juakali here, yes, you do your research.
Yes.
What you will automatically get. Those who are rich, more rich people in this area.
Yes.
Are they uneducated? And why? Because educated people still think that they have another opportunity outside. Well, this person can also say that this is now my home.
This is it.
I've reached where I wanted.
Yes.
But the other person still think of another greener opportunity
elsewhere.
That's why there is a gap. So me, I would like to get somebody who is not educated than getting somebody who is you are going to train him and his heart is not there.
Very well. Yeah. You have had it. Kwa nini tumeanza kuprefer mtu mwenye hana masomo? I think hiyo ni disaster. Because even our government invests a lot in education, and we can never run over the importance of a good education. We must begin to ask ourselves, why is it? Might it be that our attitude continues to change the more we gain knowledge? So indeed we must change our mentality and our attitude as we continue to be educated. It is such a disaster. So where do we go with all the TVET? Almost 4,000 TVET institutions. Where do we go with our universities and our other schools? It is something that is very sobering. So here in this episode, we are going to make a connection. The office of the Juakali, Kamukunji Juakali Association has allowed us as Ufundi na Ajira to bring two young men who I know you know of. There is no way we can always be complaining about I have a cousin at home, hana pa kwenda, mimi ningependa tu job lakini sina pa kwenda, nataka kulearn kitu na hatuko practical. So here we begin. Begin by sending me an email at ufundinaajira@gmail.com. Give me an indicator of yourself and your contacts. I will do the interview myself and we will begin the journey of placing two young men into this sector. I hope you will also be as happy as I will be to see the success story that comes out of it. Indeed, thank you so much for watching. Continue to stay tuned to this and so many other stories that come to you on Ufundi na Ajira. And this was the connection episode here at Juakali. Stay tuned.